Hello and welcome to Season 3 of Forest Forever. I'm really excited for this season to get started. I've had a chance to make some transfers and get rid of some more of the dead wood in the team to start really focusing down on our new formation that we looked at last episode, which is the 3-5-1-1, which may turn into a 3-5-2 depending on the last few signings that might or might not happen. But let's first of all, let's run the intro. One thing which happened at the end of the season, just before everything updates for this upcoming 22-23 season, is that Alex Bermejo had an offer in from Fulham. We decided to jack up the transfer value, and they accepted. I think it was worth like 9 million or something. So we just threw it like three times higher, at 26, and they did that with some incentives. I think it was not much, and it was like 20% transfer value after. So, but that's what he went for, and I wish him all the best. He was a good player for us. He did a solid job, and it's not a bad return to say we bought him for 1.6 million like 2 years ago. Pretty decent. Gave us some good money. I think just before everything changed over, it added on his transfer value and wages. We ended up with like 77 million to spend and like 300k wages, which is fantastic. But let me show you what we have brought in. So the first signing that I did was James Justin because, I mean, I like the guy in real life. I think he's a quality player and he should be able to fit our defensive winger. The only issue is he has to learn it, which he's been doing in pre-season. I don't think he's far off. He's going to play a few games in the Premier League and the Cup consistently, as well as the friendlies that he's been playing to try and learn the position. And I think in like 5-10 games he'll be able to play at a decent level at the left midfield as the defensive winger, so he can do both attacking and defensive stuff because he's got the stats for it, he's got the fitness for it. He'll be good enough to do that. We all know what he's doing in real life. He's that sort of player who's going to fit the left defensive winger role perfectly for the squad. We ended up bringing him in for 12.5 million, which was a steal, I think, if you ask me. The next player that we brought in was a backup goalkeeper who potentially could become our starting goalkeeper. It's some good competition, good rotation for Samba because they're both around the same ability, and this guy has the potential to go a bit higher than him. So it's kind of one for the future because there's like maybe 6 years, 7 years gap between them. And then we also have Ian Deasy, which is getting worked on as in development. I think we're loading him out this season, so maybe next season or the season after he could be in a good position to challenge for a backup or starting slot in the team. But this guy, it was a nice cheap deal. It was 1.1 million, which is very nice. It's low risk, low reward. A nice backup goalkeeper if all else fails. Probably the biggest signing that we've done this season. We did want to get Fofana from Leicester as well, really raiding them because they went down. But unfortunately, they just want a ridiculous amount of money for him, and Saar came back better on the scout report. So we'll give him a go. He's a 23-year-old centre back, French, so he's going to want to break into the national team. So he's going to play for us all the time. I don't know why he keeps reverting over to fullback because he's going to play our libero centre back in the three centre backs that we have on the pitch. Max Kilman's going to take up the rotational option as the libero and can also play as the ball playing defender if we need to bring him in. I guess you can call him like the fourth man of the defence because we'll have Saar, Worrell and McKenna as our main three going forward. But yeah, this guy looks quality. He's 6 foot, he's got good physicals, his technique's good, mentals are decent. Why not? He cost us £32 million, so as I said, he's probably going to be our biggest signing of the season, and he's got the potential to go far as well. I think it was like a 4.5 star potential guaranteed, so that's pretty nice. And he's going to play it consistent, so he should get even better. And the last player that we bought in was kind of late in comparison to the others because we're just about to play Tottenham as first game of the season. And this guy is just signed for us about 3 or 4 days ago. This is the reason I'm kind of thinking of going for a 3-5-2 because we brought this guy in. Alex Mighton is like a 2.5 star, 3 star striker. I'm thinking because we've only got I think Lyle Taylor as a backup striker. That's a natural striker. It's time to bring in another guy. And if I did that, I might as well push Mighton forward because we have so many right wingers. The only thing I really need to add into the team is potentially a left winger, that's all. So this looks like a decent signing. Hopefully he can do something for us. He played at West Ham 2 seasons ago, so he's got a settled status, which is even better. He's going to be our starting striker along with João Pedro. This is the team that we're going to use for the first day of the season. Not the strongest team we've ever fielded, but James Justin is going to look terrible on the left wing until he plays more games. But like I said earlier, he's going to be pretty decent. He's got all the stats. He's going to be perfectly good at that position. He just needs to play some games and get the game time to become more experienced in that position. We're going to start off with Sugawara on the right wing because he's kind of like Justin in the sense that he can play that role. He's more used to the role than Justin at the moment, which gives him a bit of an advantage at the moment for the role ability stars. As I mentioned, Sar's going to start. Samba's going to start because he was our goalkeeper last season. Yates at the halfback, Ajeti and João Pedro up top. We brought Rojas to the left instead of having the Carrilero because he's going to kind of be the support for Justin, even though I don't think he's going to do a great job himself defensively because I don't think Rojas is that kind of player. And then we brought Almeida to the right because I think Sugawara is more capable and used to being on the right wing and doing his defensive duties. Let's see what happens in his first game. Hopefully it's not too much of a shit show. And Tottenham kind of continue like they did last season, aside from the Cup, which stole our European spot. Pre-season's been looking good, but it's different competition, I guess. Lovely tackle. Just what we needed, Worrell. Just realised it's a home game as well. Yeah, I'm going to get annoyed with this, but in about 10 games time, 5 games time, it's going to be, it won't be a problem. One thing I've not actually done, which I need to remember for the next game, is to do the set pieces. And using this squad that I've got now as like the ideal setup to base the whole thing on. It's a nice 0-0 half time. We've actually been the better team, at least with expected goals. Ooh, please don't score. So what we've done is brought Gutierrez on for Almeida and Alex Mighton on for our other striker, for some reason I can't remember the name of. And we're also going to do a quick sub and bring on Ronan Bork as our right mid. There's a lot of people forward then, like 4 people outside the box for their goalkeeper, distributing from a goal kick, which is kind of concerning. I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen. It's unlucky. Very unlucky. Oh, Alex, that would have been a great bit of play. I think we need to work on our chance conversion as well because that's already not looking good. "11 shots, 2 on target" is not a good conversion rate at all. And that's what we're going to lose the game on. The thing I'm taking from that is Spurs have got a very good squad. I don't know what happened to them last season, but we definitely need to have more shots on target because we was expected to have like at least a goal in this game from the expected goals stats, which is really annoying. I think chucking some chance conversion training and some attacking training, and then we should be better off. That should paper over that crack, because in pre-season I didn't really do as much individual training, like focusing on for the attacking part of the game. I just kind of did the pre-season standard, let that go. So it's probably come and bite me in the arse a little bit now. So that was an unfortunate game. We're going to power on though into the season and try and pick up some results. Going to work on that chance conversion training to at least get some more shots on target. I think if we had a couple of shots on target that game, we'd have actually probably won the game, or at least drawn the game, which would have been nice against the stacked Spurs squad. But it's what it is. It happens. This is the same as last season. We lost the first game last season, ended up 7th, so it's not all doom and gloom from this point on. If you've enjoyed the episode, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment down below if there's anything that you'd like to see, or is there any feedback. I read every comment, as I don't really get any, so it's up to you if you want to leave one. And as always, if you'd like to keep up to date with anything that I produce in the future, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And again, as always, have a good one.